Assalamu alaikum students. I hope all of you are safe. So now today we'll start our sixth chapter, that is circle. Chapter number 6, circle, we will going to start. So before starting with this practice set of this chapter, we will start one of the theorem which is very important to solve the sum of the practice set, that is 6.1. So now we will see the theorem. Now, as you know that some steps are there of writing the theorem. The first step is statement. So we will see what is the statement of a theorem. The statement is a perpendicular drawn from the center of a circle on its chord bisect the chord. Okay, so this is only the single statement is given, no if and then type statement is there, conditional statement is not given. So here the first statement will be for given and the last statement will be for to prove. So it is given as a perpendicular drawn from the center, that means we have to draw one of the perpendicular from the center of a circle. So here we have got the information about drawing the figure. So we have to draw one of a circle. In that circle, we have to take one of a perpendicular which is from the center, and the perpendicular will be on the chord. So, according to this, first of all, we will draw the figure. So, what I have taken, here I have taken one of a circle. Now, as we know that a center is nothing but a point on which we are taking a point of a rounder, and by taking the radius, we are drawing a circle. So, if I will take O is a center of a circle. After this center of a circle, now we have to take chord. Chord means if any 2 points will be on the circle. For example, we are taking point A and B. And if we will join these 2 points A and B of a circle, this segment is called the chord of a circle. So here the chord is AB, O is a center of a circle. Now we have to take one of the perpendicular from the center. So this is a center. So from this center we have to draw one of a perpendicular on the chord. So we will take here one of a perpendicular and I will give you a point P. That means we have taken segment OP which is perpendicular on chord AB. Okay. So what we have taken in the figure, again we will revise. First of all we have taken point O. So O is a center of a circle. AB be the chord of a circle and segment OP is perpendicular on chord AB. So this is we have taken in the figure, and whatever we are taking in the figure that we are writing in given. So we'll see what is given. Same thing, O is a center of a circle, then segment AB, this segment AB be the chord and segment this OP is perpendicular on chord AB. So, till here we already seen whatever we have taken in the figure, that same thing we are writing in statement, so that will become our given. So, we have used here perpendicular word that is drawn from the center of a circle on its chord. Till here we have used. Now, the next is this perpendicular, that is this perpendicular OP is bisect the chord, that means this OP. So, it is meeting AB at point P. So, this point P bisect the chord. Bi means 2 and sec means sector, that is part. That means this point P dividing the segment AB in 2 equal parts. That is, segment AB is nothing but the chord. That means this A to P and this P to B will be equal. That we will to prove that AP is equal to PB. This we have to prove. So, now we will see what will come as to prove. So, here to prove is segment AP will be congruent to segment BP. This we want to prove. So, now we will start our proof. Now, before starting with the proof, we have to do the simple construction here. We will join here segment O to A and also segment O to B. That means we can say draw segment OA and segment OB. So, see here what we have taken in the construction. Construction is draw segment OA and segment OB. So, we have completed statement, figure, given, to prove and construction. Now, last and very important proof we will see. So, now we will start our proof. Always remember, in the first line of proof we are writing given. So what is given to us? This is all about the figure. It is given to us that segment OP is perpendicular on chord AB. That means this OP is perpendicular. If this OP is perpendicular, same way we can say in other word that in angle OPA and also angle OPB, this both the angle will become 90 degree. Okay, so we will take that only, that segment OP is perpendicular on chord AB. It is given to us. Because of this perpendicular, we can say that this angle OPA and angle OPB will be 90 degrees. See in the figure, angle OPA, this angle, and angle OPB, this angle, both the angles are 90 degree. And we know that in a triangle, if any one angle is 90 degree, that means the triangle will become right angle triangle. That means we can say both the triangle OPA and triangle OPB will be right angle triangle. Now here angle P is 90 degree and the side opposite to 90 degree is hypotenuse. That means in this triangle OPA, OA is a hypotenuse. Similarly, this triangle is also right angle triangle. So opposite to 90 degree, that is side OB, is a hypotenuse. If you will see here carefully, the side from the center to the circle is called radius. It is called radius. Similarly, from the center to the circle, this side is also radius. That means we can say OA is a radius and OB is also radius. And both the radius are in the same circle. And for the same circle, the radius will be same. So we can say this OA will be congruent to OB, because they are nothing but radii of the same circle. Whenever we are taking one radius, so we will write radius. Then if we will take the plural, that means more than one radius, so we are writing here radii. Okay, so you have to remember that this OA will be congruent to OB because both are the radii of the same circle. After this, if you will see carefully, this side OP is nothing but common in both the triangle. So we can say OP is congruent to side OP because it is common side. So here one of the hypotenuse is congruent and one side is congruent. Therefore we can say that these two triangle will be congruent by hypotenuse side test. Now see how to write all these things. First of all, we will write the name of both the triangle, that is triangle OPA and triangle OPB. As I have explained you, they are a right angle triangle. Therefore, the hypotenuse OA and hypotenuse OB will be congruent. And the reason will be radii of the same circle. Okay. As I have explained you here. Radius, both the radius are same. So, we can say, and according to the triangle, it is hypotenuse. And according to the circle, it is a radius. So, we are writing hypotenuse OA is congruent to hypotenuse OB. And they are nothing but radii of same circle. After that, the side OP is congruent to side OP because it is common side. So one of the hypotenuse is congruent and one side is congruent. Therefore, both the triangle will be congruent by hypotenuse side test. Okay. Now, we know that whenever the two triangle, as you have learned in third chapter, whenever the two triangles are congruent, we can say their corresponding side and corresponding angle will be congruent. So now we will take the side. If I will take here side PA, here we have to take side PB. That means side PA will be congruent to side PB. So we will take here that only, that is segment. Side also you can write or segment also, both are same. So segment PA is congruent to segment PB and it is corresponding side of congruent triangle. You have to use the abbreviation only. No need to write the full form. Like that only you have to write. That is C dot S dot C dot T. Corresponding side of congruent triangle. Okay. Now this PA we can write AP and this PB we can write BP. So we can write in this way only. So segment AP is congruent to segment BP. Now see what we have to prove. Same thing, segment AP is congruent to segment BP. We have got here the same thing. Segment AP is congruent to segment BP. So we have done whichever we want to prove, that already we have proved. So at last we can write hence proof. So in this way we have completed our theorem.